Did I forget all about Cumbia? I did a video yesterday, and I'll read you the title off the screen. A short beginner emergency Latin song list for mixed audiences. Salsa, merengue, bachata, and reggaeton. In the description of that video, there are short lists of tracks from each one of those genres. Or if you don't know anything about Latin music, here's some tracks that you can put in the cheat folder. And if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, play salsa, or hey, play merengue, you've got a few songs to choose from, or, bachata, whatever. It happens. You can get blindsided by this. You think you're doing just a standard English American type of party, and all of a sudden there's a Latin crowd there. Well, here are some Latin songs for you. And in the comment section, a lot of DJs have said, hey, you forgot all about Cumbia. You got to have some Cumbia. I didn't forget about Cumbia. I just didn't put it in there for a reason. I just got back from a quinceañera like an hour ago. My dear friend Art, this is his middle daughter's quince. We did his first daughter's quince maybe 5 or 6 years ago. This is his middle daughter's tonight, and like 8 years from now, we're doing his last daughter's. And I was there as a guest. I wasn't DJing. I was just hanging out and with Blanca, having a good time. I heard all kinds of music. I heard salsa, merengue, bachata, a little bit of reggaeton, but I also heard Latin rock. I mean, it's like rock, but it's in Spanish. I heard Latin pop, banda, tejano. I heard something that sounded like Dropkick Murphys, but it was in Spanish. I don't know what it was, but the crowd went nuts when it was played. I heard freestyle. I heard English top 40 music. I heard all kinds of music. But that was predominantly a Mexican audience. And they're open to a lot of different types of music. It's been my experience that not all mixed Latin crowds are that open-minded. So, my experience initially came from salsa clubs. If you played cumbia, you usually weren't invited back to play another evening. Because cumbia doesn't mesh as well as some DJs think it does with salsa, merengue, and bachata. If you're from California, I understand how you feel like it does, because the Mexican culture in California is rich. And it's definitely part of the overall Cali culture. So I can even see how you could play cumbia at just about any event. I think it's the same thing with maybe parts of Texas. I have Mexican DJ friends who feel like salsa, merengue, bachata, and cumbia are all part of the same vibe. And I get that because of where they're coming from and who they're playing in front of. But my experience has been playing in front of maybe a more mixed audience, more heavily mixed with maybe Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, and just a small segment of that is Mexican. So if Puerto Ricans, for example, aren't as open-minded as Mexicans are with music, and they hear a cumbia, and that's not the vibe, it's alienating to them. Now, I've seen DJs go into some of these salsa clubs I'm talking about and drop a cumbia. And it goes over very well for the Mexican audience. The Puerto Ricans that are there, the Dominicans, the Cubans, they're not feeling it. And, I've got Mexican DJ pals in town, like my friend Art. He doesn't understand why cumbia isn't the same vibe as salsa, merengue, bachata. And in his world, they are, because he's doing a lot of quinceañeras, and he's Mexican. He's a Mexican DJ. It is the same vibe to him. But I can tell you with a very strong degree of certainty that you're not going to rock the boat with salsa, merengue, or bachata, no matter what Latin audience is in front of you. And most of the time, you can drop some reggaeton, and that's going to be fine too. So that's it. I didn't forget about cumbia. I just feel like that to put that in the list for a beginner, knowing what I know and experiencing what I've experienced where I live in the country, which is the Midwest, could be ill-advised. But that's just me, and that's just my advice, and that's where I'm coming from on it. Regardless, I so appreciate you and all the love that I got in that last video. Thank you so much for that. And thanks for the love in this one and your likes and subscriptions and all that stuff. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care, practice, and enjoy.